Right there, baby. Alright guys, we're out here. My dad's got a muzzleloader deer tag. Zach's got archery tag. We just glassed this meadow. I loaded a few bugles and Zach spotted a huge herd of elk. Started running our way about a mile away. So we're gonna try to cut the distance and set up and do a little call because the wind is perfect. I was about ready to say that was a long shot, and then I just got a bull response right over there. Or a hunter. Guess we'll keep calling. We got one playing with us back in these trees. He just answered me again. He chuckled. First time I heard him, he was down there. Now he's up there. He's probably circling because the wind is this way. Move up and try a little bit more calling. That was exciting. He answered us maybe 4 or 5 times. Bugles and chuckles. But last I heard he was going up and over. The wind is really swirly, so who knows if he caught us as we tried to sneak across this opening or caught our scent. He sounded like a small bull. Didn't sound too raspy. There he is. I would have heard him one more time, but that was it. We're working our way back to the truck. It's siesta time. check him again when we come back. Yeah, it's going up to where the river comes down. They're making us look stupid. They keep seeing us before we see them. Shouldn't I blast one out? I don't see him moving. He has to grunt on that sucker, doesn't he? Hope he gets it. We saw 7 or 8 deer on that trip. That's the spot I used to hunt about 25 years ago. 23. And there were a lot of deer back then. Cool to know they're still in there. But you've got to hike in a mile before you start seeing stuff. But it's easy, it's an old road. It's got a gate on it. See you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, sorry for the radio silence. Life's been a roller coaster for a while. We've been buying a house and selling a house and moving 6 hours from where we lived. But now we live down here in southern Colorado and a decent little mountain in our backyard that's public land. So we're excited about learning how to hunt this area this year since we live here. But Zach has got a archery either sex elk tag that converts to a cow rifle tag if he's not successful, and then he can go hunting in all the different rifle seasons. But we saw some elk last weekend. Zach spotted them about 1.5 miles from the road up here, so we're gonna go. The road was too rough to take my truck, so we're taking the ATV. We're gonna get up there and see if we can get to the area where those elk went through. We had one of them answering us, our bugles, last weekend, so let's see if they're still there. You excited, Zach?
Yep.
And there was a fair amount of hunters up there, so we're gonna wear some horns just because we're gonna sound like elk and we don't want to get shot by somebody from Wisconsin or whoever's up there. All right, so come along with us. And here's our mobile side-by-side hauler slash little mini camper. Parked on a little pull-off off the road, just enough room for us. Fairly level. Let's go. Divide. That's the end of our unit, and that's also the hill where the elk were running over the top towards us, towards this spot last weekend. Just flushed a bunch of grass. grouse. Zach brought his air rifle just in case. You got it. Pump up and load up. All right, I can get the frying pan wet with some fresh meat from this hunting trip. All right, let's go ahead and get his guts out. We're gonna go elk hunting. He stays nice and cold, so you can feel where the breastbone is, where that ends. From there to there is some soft tissue that's inside where his intestines are. So you want to cut in there, but don't cut the guts, and then just reach up in that chest cavity and pull it all out. And then we can rinse them out in this cold stream. Okay. Alright guys, the road didn't go as far as I had hoped. There's a gate here, it's chained. I'll have to hike in the rest of the way. But if you look up there at Timberline, that's where the herd of elk of about 15 elk came up and over down in this direction. And then we had a bull answering us, kind of off back in this direction. So, let's see if they're still here this week. So far. We're up here pretty far, within about 300 yards of where we heard that one bull last weekend. Look. Really tiny died. Yep. Watch this. It's a beautiful spot, guys. Look up there. Timberline right there is where Zach spotted the herd. They ran down into this patch of trees last week. So far it's radio silence though, and hardly any elk signs, so I don't know if they're in here or not, but this is a decent spot. Sit in the night, we can see probably 400 yards in this huge meadow. There's a lot of water. Maybe we'll see some come out. I'm pretty shocked. We just walked this whole park and there are tracks here, but they are all moo cow. I have not seen one elk track, one deer track, or no wild game poop either. We did discover there's an ATV that's been coming up here, probably illegally because the gate was chained. I don't know if he's been in and out just to get all the animals off, or if they just don't use this. I know we're within 300 or 400 yards of those 15 elk from last weekend, though. But they were running from the other side. Maybe they got spooked over here and they're gone now. But look at that view. So we'll just sit here for about an hour. See if we see anything come through this park. Like back to the ATV. guys are back in here 2 miles. We didn't hear a peep from an elk all the way in. We're sitting here for 45 minutes. So I think we're going to turn this elk hunt into a grouse hunt and try to go get one more. So we're going to bail out, head on out. Again, this archery tag turns into a rifle tag, and that's when you set a park till the end of daylight. Well, back in the truck, 7:47 p.m. and I'm not sure where those elk we saw last week went, but they were sure not where we were tonight. And we were 4 miles from where this truck is parked right now, and we hiked the last 2 miles in and called every few hundred yards, and no responses and really no elk tracks, for sure no elk poop. And I don't know, there's a bunch of cattle in there. Maybe they just don't like to live with those black cows. I don't know. So anyway, we'll check this one off the list, go somewhere else tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, what'd we get?
A grouse.
Let's go cook up that grouse for supper.